That was the whole table. Listen, you know what's not a bad plan? Compliment dueling. Do you know why? It's soft. It's the gentle side of steampunk. It's where you come up here and everybody chit-chats back and forth saying really nice things to each other for like 2 minutes of niceness. It's just like a kind 2 minutes of your life. And everybody wins. And usually there's weeping, but it's happy tears. So if you're a Gen X person, it's kind of like therapy without doing therapy, where you can like experience your feelings without admitting it. It's really nice. If you're a millennial, it's how you talk to each other all the time, so it's very familiar. If you're older than that, it's just being nice. You're gonna be kind, you're gonna say nice things to each other. Good compliments. So, compliment dueling is very soft, very gentle, very easy. And you want to have this experience because the Grand Arbiter and I are going to start.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Thank you for your patience and your understanding. But this is all about being nice to each other, making sure that everyone gets a... It's the wrong timeline, isn't it?
What in the... I thought we had a conversation that, like, we could not both exist in the same plane of reality.
It just keeps happening.
You're the tall one. I'm the short one. No, listen.
You want me to carry her away?
No, listen. We're both madam. She's the tall one.
And she is the fabulous one.
You're fabulous, darling.
Has anyone ever told you that your effervescence just really expands the universe of our joy?
Well, not today. No one has told me that.
That's round one, by the way.
However, has anyone ever told you, madam, that you bring a joy and insouciance to every encounter that uplifts and inspires those around you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just so happy that we can be together in this time without ruining the universe again.
Again.
But the fact that we could rebuild the universe with all of these beautiful faces here really is a testament to the sheer power of compliment dueling. Compliments!
I'm sorry to admit I'm a mandated TVA mandated reporter.
No one saw this. Run away! No one saw this! Run away!
I've never been cosplayed before. It's really, what a compliment to be cosplayed.
Can you make Miss Charlie for me, please? I can't do things and do stuff. Normally, I have our social media maven, and she is currently preparing herself she's undressing they're dressing for undressing.
They are undressing for undressing in tonight's burlesque and drag show. What we needed was another cryptid thembo, and we found one. Thank you.
Okay, so I have...
Don't look afraid. It's all right. We'll send someone down to do the button pushing. You're fine. You look terrified. It's all right.
It's already started.
Oh, good. Well, there's just this look of panic right now, and I'm concerned.
To get it to angle slightly.
All right, listen.
It's.
I need a hat.
No, stay here. Do not leave. I swear to Tesla, I will light you on fire. You live here now. You left me here on my own for 10 minutes, filling time alone.
You're so good at it, though.
Is it that I'm trying to fill a list of people for our... It's fine. It's all good. Okay.
Listen, you are strong. You are powerful.
I am weak. I
You
am
are
tired.
independent.
I am
young
needy.
lady, and you can do it.
Okay. So that was sort of a demonstration.
Compliment dueling. Very Korea. Compliment dueling.
That was the time travel.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, good.
Very.
We do have one more slot. I mean, I have as many slots as I have people who are interested. But, I also, we'll just do what we do. How about this?
You cannot say something like that just a little bit.
What?
No, never mind. We'll talk about it later.
You'll talk about what later?
Nothing.
Okay. I'm so tired already. Okay, so...
No one's picking it up.
doing is we'll just be calling folks up, and if people are like moved and they're like, I suddenly have been struck by the desire to compliment duel, if the lightning strikes, then let me know. How about that? Okay. Okay.
So we should introduce ourselves.
I mean, I did
Oh,
previously. If you remember, I have been here for a while without you, alone on an empty stage.
Kind of weird.
Abandoned. So we are Askew and the Grand Arbiter for anyone joining us late like me, apparently. And, no, it's just going on the floor now, it's fine.
Okay, so compliment dueling.
Yes.
Rules.
Yes.
I went through them pretty roughly.
All right.
Rough puff style.
Excellent. It is sort
Because
of
I
like,
am a rough puff.
oh, but we love a rough puff. We are not
Oh no,
making
it means exactly what it means.
We don't like a soggy bottom, but we do like a rough puff. And we're obsessed with Great British Bake Off, so there are going to be Bake Off jokes. However, who here has compliment duels before? Ah, good. Excellent. You can be the standard bearers of compliment dueling. I know we have at least one Canadian in the audience. Oh, it's so hard. There you go.
I mean, your body was blocking my ability to move over and grab it.
I'm so sorry.
Your beautiful, stunning visage.
Your glorious countenance baffles all who try to stand in your way.
Okay.
So, my darlings, do you want me to give another rough rundown on compliment dueling? Who here is like, what is going on?
You know what? We'll just do a demonstration.
Alright, let's do a demonstration.
You know what? I think we need a butler demonstration.
Ooh, yes. Are we going to do?
Butler action.
Yeah, come on here, butlers.
Only butlers.
Only butlers.
Woo! Okay, so you know the drill. You know how this works. Madam Askew, where's your cellular telephone? We need a timer. I can't be responsible for everything. I am being facetious. I am only responsible for some things.
Yeah, you are delightful and perfect. You've never done anything wrong.
That's absolutely true.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, we're setting the alarm for 3 minutes. Is our time limit?
Blank. I know you're good enough. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. So, you know how to do this thing, but we'll hand you the microphones. We have our dry erase boards of ultimate judgment.
And thank you, dear Tony Ballard-Smoot, for being a genius as always, and a kind, compassionate, generous soul. 3 cheers for dear Tony, who's a guest here. And doing some wonderful panels, including one about tea, which you obviously should attend. Now, these two are going to introduce themselves. They're going to give one compliment back and forth, which is the warm-up or balayage. And then they will volley compliments back and forth between each other in either until one person is flummoxed because they cannot say anything beyond thank you, or until the 3 minutes has passed. We will be keeping score of any foibles that may occur. No repetitions, no made-up words, no insults, no compliments that don't make sense. That kind of nonsense. Anyway, are you ready?
Absolutely.
I knew it. There you go. All right.
Okay, I have my pen. I am ready to do ultimate judgment.
And start.
I'm the Butler Extravagance. I work with Madam Askew and Arbiter.
I am the Butler Supreme, and I work with the temporal entourage in all our wonderfulness.
Dear Supreme, I am simply astounded at the strength with which you defend the honor of our liege and our camaraderie. With the ferocity of such, you stomped today and broke through your wooden shield.
Dear Extravagance, the way you carry yourself and hold up the honors of which we strive for is absolutely astounding.
Thank you. Dear Supreme, you set the standard standards for that which I aspire to be as a butler.
Extravagance, the way you tailor your outfits to hold all that we need to carry is one of my favorite things about you.
Thank you.
Supreme, you're the best breed.
Extravagance, the way your eyes light up every time you get a fresh cup is absolutely beautiful.
Are you flummoxed?
I'm flummoxed for the second.
Do you have the seconds ready?
Okay, I
No,
mean, I guess.
this is Emma.
Oh, no, we're the second.
We're the seconds.
Perfect. I have to shake my head, sorry. Butler Supreme, we have been working on this work at offering tea and enjoyment to others for many a year. But what we've accomplished would never have been possible if you had not ended up on our doorstep.
Dear Grand Arbiter, the way you carry your hair, your style, and your authority allows us to strive forward ever stronger.
Dearest Supreme, you set an example in communities both steampunk and mundane.
I could never get as far as I've gotten without the help of all of you, allowing me to be strong and carry us where we need to be.
Oh, and he is quitting the field.
Yes, so, as someone has become fully flummoxed, the duel is immediately ended.
And the winner is revealed.
As the Butler Supreme. Butler Extravagance, you two are always a winner in our hearts. Well done, both of you. Thank you for this tremendous duel.
Okay, so
that's compliment dueling in a nutshell. You're going to come up here, you're going to say nice things to each other. They should be meaningful. They should be...
if it is possible. I mean,
if
you can start small and get yourself warmed up. Try your best. Ultimately, the only prize to be won is clout, which is a beautiful and valuable resource.
We love the clout.
But it is not something that is, failure is both inevitable and a part of life.
That's true, Grand Arbiter. But you know what is beautiful about compliment dueling?
There's no such thing as failure.
Everybody wins at compliment dueling.
Are you high?
I'm extremely sober. Some might say too sober.
Yeah.
You meant it as a compliment, clearly.
So we'll start calling up people on my list. If you are suddenly struck by the deep desire to do this thing, or to show your, compliment prowess, let us know. Can we get Strangeway and Tony to the stage, please?
Two masters of the compliment arts. Yes, don't give me that eyebrow. You have lived in the South long enough to pick up a thing or two. LaGrange Grey. Earl Grey blended with berry nuts and a touch of vanilla, flirty and delightful to the senses. All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Okay, so we're going to hand these microphones to you. Please use them with, the honor and dignity that they've become accustomed.
Second, everyone.
Yes.
So, may I have the microphone back for one time, please? Thank you.
So something we did not go over as I am too sober and the Grand Arbiter is exhausted, is that you will have a second in your compliment duel. Today it's us. And if you feel a flummox coming on, you may call upon us once and one time only, and we will jump into the breach to save you for that singular compliment. However, use us sparingly and,
You get to use this once.
Once.
There's only the
Once.
once.
So
Sparingly would suggest there is more than one. There is only one. It's not sparingly, it's a spare.
use us a spare. Take this away from me. Thank you.
Yes.
You always do introductions.
start the duel.
My name is John Strangeway. That is my real name.
I am
Context.
Tony Sweet. And John, I must say, the way that you are carrying yourself currently is astounding.
Well, thank you, Tony. Tony, in the 15 years we've known each other, I have always prided myself in looking up to you, in the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way you slay everyone in the audience.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you, my friend. And I am profoundly amazed by the way that you are able to take pop culture and bring it to everyone in a way that is understandable, fashionable, and loving.
Why, thank you, Tony. I also am sincerely inspired by you in how you maintain not only a very important and serious job, but in addition to that, go and be an ambassador to the steampunk community all around the country and internationally sometimes, as well as how you work nonprofitable charities and organizations and run an airship to boot, Captain.
Why, thank you, good sir. And John, I must say that your work with other groups, such as Dragon Con and your local geek community, has been quite admirable, as you have been advocating for being your true and unabashed, just beautiful self by allowing others to be vulnerable with you, while also allowing yourself to fully hear and help them heal with what they're doing.
Well, thank you, Tony. No one's ever quite summed me up so well as you do. My complimentary foil, that is you, Tony. My SCB, my super chocolate bear, that is you. I love you so much, Tony. I cannot get over how aptly able and quickly you are to snuggle with me at any given moment, what state we're in. He does. The faces you make are priceless. I capture them every moment and share them with the world, and you are able to expound on that joy for everyone in the sheer horror of your face, but it's still wonderful and it's powerful. I love it. Thank you.
And John, the way that you very viscerally and adamantly love me and show that love to the world, no matter what, is astounding.
Well, thank you, dear Tony. You have always put yourself on a pedestal for me to aspire to, as well as achieve perfect grace and eloquence and fashion. I cannot pull that off, but I try every chance I can, and I look to you as an example, and that's why I always count you as one of my oldest and dearest friends. And I'm thankful that we are here doing this.
Thank you, John. And your ability to admit your flaws and be just such an inspiration to people, even when you're wrong sometimes, is...
It's because I'm from Jersey, all right?
But your ability to admit that and be vulnerable and then learn from those mistakes is something that not everyone can do. It takes a lot of bravery and courage.
Time. The duel is completed. We shall deliberate. You two are too good. Too good. A round of applause for you get treats for participating, including badgie ribbons. Would you like a badgie ribbon? I'm pretty sure, Tony, that you're Team T.
I am. You're actually already.
Well, that was.
They've already been given.
All right, you
Learn being involved.
I mean, I know that about you.
You and your coffee.
Yeah, I know that about you. And your Mountain Dew.
You some bad beats.
I know my audience.
Judgment is complete. Tony, Strangeway, we have notes. So Tony, you had a few repeats of adjectives. Not
for your friend, which is a delight to behold.
In a strange way, yours were deeply emotionally vulnerable and really allowed, you could really feel your heart opening up in the room.
It's really delightful.
You did have some pretty major foibles, however.
You had the bravest of them all.
The gravest of the foibles, which is the self-deprecating compliment, those are not permitted by the bylaws.
Because I was from Jersey? That's
No.
not self-deprecation, that's a fact.
No, not that one. That's just a fact. The fact that you're from Jersey, not self-deprecating.
No. In fact, some might even say that it's a compliment to your character that you are from Jersey and you're so proud of your homeland. Yes.
Yes, the self-deprecating comment was in response that you could never be as fashionable. That's a self-deprecating compliment.
Also, you have all the ability. You are quite fashionable right now, my darling. You are a vision. You are stunning.
Additionally, there was a use of a turn of phrase incorrectly. It was sort of a weird usage of the phrase put on a pedestal, which is a very weird, there's not a good way to put that as a positive necessarily.
But these are, of course, small concerns in the greater overarching triumph that was your duel.
It was quite beautiful. I could feel Madame Askew's tears welling up in her face.
It was a masterclass in dueling. You both really brought your A++ games. And so it was simply that Tony was A+++, and John was A++, and half plus. You were almost 3 pluses as well. You were so close. But John, my darling, my sweet kitty bear, you perfect, snuggly waffleophagus. You don't have to self-deprecate. As the Grand Arbiter would say, you are perfect and you've never done anything wrong.
No, he tells me all the time.
It's true.
Honestly, this is just so I can get 3 minutes of Tony complimenting me.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to the people on our list. Can we get Pam and Nancy?
Thank you, Pan and Nancy. Now, as you come to the stage, there are stairs that you are
On either side.
encouraged to
There's
use.
stairs on either side.
Yes, and we encourage you to use the stairs as they are a very safe way to join us on the stage.
So, when you're complimenting Dueling a Stranger, what recommendations do you have, Madam Askew?
I like to look for things that the stranger, that my friend yet to be, the new person I'm just getting acquainted with, has control over. So, sartorial choices, their costumes, their delivery, their manner of presentation, and also general vibes. Grand Arbiter, do you have any recommendations?
I think it's also important that you share enough of yourself so that they can engage with you in ways that are more meaningful. So in your opening statement, name things that are important with you, then pass. So introduce yourself in the way that you want to be introduced.
A brief introduction, you can think of it as my name and one interesting fact about yourself.
Yeah, like my name is the Grand Arbiter,
Yes.
and I adore games, and I have actually produced some games.
Grand Arbiter, I've heard that about you. It's not
Yes.
my thoughts very delightful. My name is the Madame Askew, and I don't know why I'm the Madame Askew this weekend. New feature. However, it is very important to know.
Well, there
that
is another one running
Oh,
around.
that's true. That's true. Good point. I'm quite keen on hats, and I'm obsessed with tea and cats. So,
Does that make sense?
yeah. All right.
And
Any
remember
questions?
that it's okay, that failure is the point.
I'm doing this because he suggested.
Oh.
Trying something new and getting outside of your comfort zone. I am so proud of you right now.
It should be on.
Yes, testing.
It should be. We didn't turn them off, which we had given to you. Okay, please introduce yourselves and exchange your first compliment.
I am Nancy, and this is my third Wild Wild West Con. My hobbies are sewing and reading and drinking tea, which was so aligned with steampunk, so I was glad to find steampunk. And Pam, I think by by being here and being up on stage, you inspire those of us like myself that are newer to steampunk to want to be more engaged. Thank you, Pam, for being so inspiring.
I am Pam. I'm sometimes known as Lady Lacy. I first came to my very first steampunk event here in Tucson in 2016. I had never been to a steampunk event before, and it was so much fun. I've been glad to come to them as often as I can get here. I also, in my part-time retired work, research historic homes.
Thank you. All right.
And
Please exchange your first comment.
Nancy, I have to say that your chapeau is beyond belief in that it's so well beaded and clearly well loved.
Why, thank you, Pam. And Pam, your outfit with the spiders and the spider webs do honor to the arachnids by how well you place them.
Nancy, I noticed that you have a label that says, "What does a heart need?" I suspect that you are a person that gives your heart to many people in very heartfelt ways.
Thank you, Pam. And Pam, when you walk into the room, you light it up like a ray of sunshine. And it just brings happiness and joy to all of us here in the room today.
Nancy, it's very clear from your use of words that you are very accomplished in vocabulary.
Thank you, Pam. And Pam, I am honored to have met you today and also to be inspired to do more in steampunk. I love the decor you have around your eyes and around your glasses. It's so imaginative and really shows creativity.
Thank you. Nancy, I have to say that your essence as you come into the room and your presence is so positive. There is a glow about you that is just sparkly.
Thank you, Pam. And Pam, your eyes, the blueness of them, they remind me of the blue skies outdoors and the bluebirds that can sing in the trees.
Thank you. Nancy, your smile is one that would enlighten any heart that comes to see you.
Thank you, Pam. And Pam, the happiness I can tell that you must bring out in others by your kindness and your ability to give wonderful compliments is truly admirable.
Thank you. Nancy, I have to say that your courage to be up here on stage shows a quality of willingness and being part of whatever the joy is at Tucson and Wild West Con.
Thank you, Pam. And I think that you truly embody the whole spirit of steampunk. I can tell you bring a mixture of both fun and kindness and compassion, which I think really shows the steampunk spirit.
Thank you. Nancy, I have to say that your embellishment of your costume is creative, and I am appreciative of that.
Thank you, Pam. And I really admire, especially the spider webs that you have that are along your arms that really capture something unique about steampunk and a different take on steampunk.
Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate the fact that you're giving your compliments with such sincerity. I feel truly appreciated by you.
Time.
Thank God.
Where are you going? I have treats.
Oh, get your treats.
Are you a burnt bean cabal or are you a loose leaf leaf?
I'm not a sleep lady.
I don't know.
Okay, there you go.
Welcome.
Okay, we are now going to enter. Not actually. We could not tell it all, but we're gonna deliberate in the behind the screen. Okay. Nancy, we have notes.
Yes, we do. Now, may I start out by saying you both brought such grace and generosity to the stage. I really felt the honesty and courtesy of each of your compliments. You were digging deep to find the truth of the matter and to deliver it with as much eloquence as possible.
There was a lot of focus on the community aspect. There was a real theme to the compliments of this particular volley, and it was actually very, very respectful in that I appreciated how it said a specific theme. Like, it was nice that we sort of stayed in the same area.
Sometimes a theme.
I sometimes like a theme. It's more challenging when folks are like literally all over the place. This was very much staying in the specific network of compliments that really you leaned in on your strengths. You identified it. You could really see as you proceeded, both Pam and Nancy improved on the compliment and on what they were attempting to do with each attempt. Maybe what the Grand Arbiter says about having to try things to get better at them is like real and true and for reals.
Yes, and maybe the things Tony says about trying something new and expanding your boundaries is really good advice.
So there weren't a lot of strict foibles, but there were some repetitives, and we did see a little bit of stumbling.
Right. Well, and repetition is a foible.
Yes.
So.
But it was fairly dead heat, but we do think there was a slight advantage, and we are giving this win to Pam.
Yes, Pam. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And Nancy, incredibly well done. I'm so happy that you have joined us for the third time, and I hope you will continue to come back and be part of our community.
And I really appreciate, Pam, we could very much tell, like, you said that you were nervous. We did not see it. There was no shaking of you in your tone. It was the most, I would call it was poised. It was borderline cutthroat. It was the most kindly cutthroat I've ever seen.
You could compete with a Canadian, I think, with some applause.
Yeah. Okay. So I have one more slot, and there is one more person who wants to participate, but they need a competitor who's going to play with them. So.
Yeah, we
We
need
need someone.
to
step up.
Someone
to the plate.
verve. Someone with associates. Someone with experience. If no one,
I will voluntold someone. I will voluntold.
and they know who they are. They are aware. So if you would like to save them,
I'm just saying, I'm here. I'm only in Tucson for WWCon. Yes. There we go.
Please come forward. You have been saved! You have been saved! You delightful little cupcake.
Can I get Wolfsbane up now?
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Be careful.
That we recommend the stairs. Welcome. Thank you. You're gonna do
What's the worst that happens? Are you gonna die? Probably not. Very unlikely. Wildly unlikely.
Later is definite, but
Can we get your name for the sheet? Teresa.
I'm going to hand this to you, Teresa. Wolfsbane, welcome back. It's marvelous to see you in my favorite new garment, the wolf tan. You thought life was about cat tans, but it's really about wolf tans. Thank you, Wolfsbane. All right.
Wolfsbane, would you talk in the microphone? Make sure we can hear you.
Oh, very good.
Okay, good.
Please introduce yourselves to each other, deliver an interesting little summation of who you are, and a single compliment volley back and forth, and then we will start the duel.
I am Michael Wolfbane. One might say I have a lodge with several guests in them, and yes, at this convention, I kind of am the token furry.
Thank you.
And yes, your outfit is lovely. I love the checkerboard of your dress.
Thank you. I'm Teresa.
What do you like? John.
I'm technically an experienced cosplayer. And might I say, you have a fabulous voice. Just saying, like, hearing it through the microphone, crazy impressive. So.
Why, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is a voice yeah. Yes, that is a lovely bracelet you have there. And I assume that is made by yourself of your experiences?
As it happens, everything except for my vest I made myself. I can only assume that parts of your costume at the very least are made by you, and might I say, it looks incredibly well put together.
Well, thank you very much. But you do have much better hair than I.
I can't imagine, so I mean, I think the highlights you have going on are spot on. Very captivating. And they go so well with your eyes. I can only imagine it takes you forever to style it. So good.
And of course, yeah, how else would I delegate on the red slippers? There they are. Wonderful red slippers green like that.
And might I say, your slippers, though I guess technically they're your feet. I mean, you must be doing great here because, like, I need padding to walk on like hard surfaces, but I mean, you must be doing great. You must have incredible foot muscles. So.
They are so the spectacles about your vest, they look quite stunning and quite stylish.
I think you there to make sure that I don't go blind in the Emerald City. Though I hope that wouldn't affect you because if you're colorblind, but if so, it's how would you manage to style yourself? I mean, even if you are, great, on point, everything, collaborating.
I'm just fine, Teresa. Teresa, in the time that it's taken me to arrive, work myself to the bone, you have cornered me on at least twice occasions to let me know how important our presence here is at this convention, and it has meant the world to me. That you would tell us that you want to be here, and the fact that you keep coming to all of our events, even though you are dead busy.
I am dead busy and dead tired, but you guys are worth the effort. You put in so much work for us. How could we not?
That was time.
That was time. You had that enough. I didn't even know because I feel like I would be dying wearing your face. I would be sweating copious amounts, large amounts of underboob spray. Terrible.
And you're doing it.
Okay. Thank you. Excellent. Please acquire your swag. We have little pinsies for you. There you go. And for you, dear Michael Wolfsbane, are you Team Burnt Bean Cabal or are you Team Loose Leaf League? You may have a Loose Leaf League band. You are set. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We are going to deliberate.
Okay, going behind the screens.
Yeah. To keep from going blind in the Emerald City. Okay. There's some group here. One of us is gonna.
Okay. The deliberations are complete.
Okay, we have notes.
Of course. Would
Okay.
you like to start, Grand Arbiter?
So both of you were incredibly eager and put a lot of effort in, even though you both do seem very tired, because as a person who's in a corset and has been wearing an intense costume all day, I understand the power of exhaustion. But I wanted to say that for most part, you were dead even in terms of eloquence and delivery. We don't tend to take points against for things like stutter or any of those things, because those are sometimes an unavoidable component of being a person. That's like just a disability. So we don't take points off for those kinds of reactions. But we did see, unfortunately, some self-deprecation. We had just talked about it too. And
You're both so lovely.
you're both so lovely.
You're so kind.
So with that, because we saw some self-deprecation from Wolfsbane, Teresa, you are the winner for today.
Wolfsbane, I have known you a long time, and watching you come into the fullness of your costuming power is such a delight. And I want to say how chuffed I am that you joined us here today for Compliment Dueling. It was so lovely to have you on stage, and I'm so happy you are here this weekend.
I'm glad that you have, for all these years, have continued to grace us as a host for all of these many glorious events.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we're going into our conclusions for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up a little bit.
Ooh.
So we have several winners on this. On this we agree. Can I get Teresa and Pam back up here?
You can do it.
You
We
can do
believe
it.
in you.
And then can I get Tony and Strangeway back up here too?
What?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Strangeway. We know you, and we know we can get away with cheekiness with you. You are in danger.
So you guys stay on the. You know you're gonna stand, but stand next to the stage, not on it. We're volunteering you to seconds. We're volunteering you to seconds. Because the winner of this duel will be the winners of this duel. The first and second will be awarded these lovely medals for their excellent participation. So be sure to participate. And Pam, I know you're nervous. Look at me. Look at me in my hazel eyes. I would never lie to you. You can do this. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, you may.
You can.
New components.
New opponents. Yes. I recommend. So
Yes.
I would.
Good checking.
What I would recommend is not using identical ones to the ones you used previously, like on purpose.
Well, rather to say, don't use identical compliments as the first time, but you may use all of the words that you used the first time in a new arrangement. Yes,
Yes.
perfect. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I mean, you'll be fine.
You're going to do great. Also, Pam, I'm going to give you a little words of wisdom. Tony is here. Tony inspired you. Take that inspiration and run with it, all right? Yeah. Teresa, you're a threat. You're fierce. You're mighty. I mean, you're going to do great. So, all right? Good. Good.
Are you emotionally prepared?
I am at that point of sleep deprivation where I have no emotions.
Toy.
Same.
Please introduce yourselves again, and also share a different, interesting fact about yourselves as it's a new duel.
Alright, I am Teresa, and I went to the first Wild West Con. This, however, is only maybe 4.
I'm still Pam, and I drink only matcha green tea.
Oh, very discerning. All right, please start the duel.
yours does, because it looks incredible.
Thank you, Teresa. I love that you have on green glasses. I assume that because of your pert and happy demeanor that you frequently wear rose-colored glasses so that the world looks wonderful to you.
Well, I think it's great that you have your goggles and your reading and your regular glasses. That way you can switch between the regular day-to-day life and your adventuring, because you have to be adventurous. Look at you. Adventure.
Thank you. Teresa, I admire the fact that you stepped in when they really wanted someone to participate. It's clear that participation is high on your list of things that you do on a daily basis.
I mean, clearly nowhere near as much participation as you do, because you actually signed up. You didn't have to be voluntold. You stepped up on your own. I know you had encouragement, but you didn't. You chose.
Thank
Inspire.
you. Thank you. Clearly, you are a person who inspires others to do what might be scary and what might make them nervous.
And I personally think that your inclusion of spiders, that I know a lot of people find scary. I love the fact that you went with them because I love spiders, and I think spiders should be used more often.
Thank you, Teresa. I admire the fact that you've chosen one of my favorite storybook characters, Wendy, who had the courage to go forward into such a strange land.
And I love the fact that you love the stories because I think they're so fun and inspirational, and they have such a great, effect on all of us. So the fact that you're willing to share that shows me how great of a literary choices you have, and I really want to hear more about what other stories you love.
Teresa, you are overwhelming me with the compliments that you are offering so sincerely, and the fact that you are willing to do that up on a stage in front of other people speaks to your courage and to your character.
And I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you came to the convention, especially since it sounds like you've been coming here way more than I have. So I'm so glad that you're here, just being here, hanging out.
Teresa, your enthusiasm and your bubbly nature clearly hold you well, especially even when you can do it when you're fatigued beyond belief.
The fact that you have taken words given to you by a stranger this very morning and then taken those to heart and chose to go up on stage and do something that is both challenging and courageous is admirable, and it makes you an inspiration to all those that sit here before you.
Thank you.
Teresa, your composure and ability to compliment at wit and showing the whole audience how you can slay the big bad wolf is exemplary.
I mean, I don't think he's a big bad wolf, but I do think that what is like is your hair. Look at how fabulous your hair is. You've got accessories. You know what you're doing. You're the one slaying here.
The duel has completed.
Time.
Would you like to deliver a final compliment?
I would, but I would like to deliver it to Tony for your inspiration and the intelligence and the way you addressed the seminar that I heard this morning. It was very uplifting and encouraging and inspiring on all sorts of levels. Thank you.
Thank you both.
And thank you to our seconds for your participation. We will now turn to the judgment board. Pam, Teresa, thank you for your patience. We have notes.
We always have notes.
In general, again, an excellent duel. Really showed flexibility, strength, ingenuity, Very impressive stuff from both parties.
I felt that you did something that we don't get to see very often, and honestly, I could give this compliment to everyone who has dueled today. You all came with a great deal of sincerity to the stage, and none of your compliments felt performative or overwrought. However, this was the final compliment. This was the duel of doom in this particular tourney, and you both particularly opened yourselves up in a very sweet and charming way.
In general, fairly dead even again.
Too good.
Very good. Very talented.
So good.
We can see some blossoming new compliment duelists in this little garden that we've grown today. But due to this performance, their previous performance, and their overall attitude and presentation, we have decided to award this year's 2024's Compliment Dueling at WWC award to Pam and her second. Great job. You guys can stay down there. Come up front, but you can stay on the ground so I can.
The Grand Arbiter will deliver the swag. Teresa, as this is occurring, I want to take a special moment because I've known you a long time. I've seen you in a lot of compliments, a lot of costumes rather. I know we're all sort of knackered, and you still showed up with so much energy and so much thoughtfulness. Really, this was splitting hairs to choose a winner. You were both so good. And I know you did this at the last minute because we were baking, so thank you, you delightful creature. You were marvelous.
I hope you all had a fun time at Compliment Dueling today. If you're interested in Compliment Dueling or any of our other events this weekend, we will be around. Tonight, our next endeavor will be hosting the
Good, the Bad, and the Naughty burlesque and drag show this evening right here at WwC.
So we hope you're excited.
Those things.
Yes, and we will also be after we finish up. We will also be doing spooky tea leaf readings for comedic and jovial purposes.
Yes. Before we say goodbye to you all, Tony, would you please stand, my darling, my dove, my delight, my new favourite endearment. Everyone, Tony is a guest this year, so is John. We love you, John, but I already complimented you, so I'm going to compliment Tony. Tony has clearly set a wonderful bar of inspiration at this convention. I have been inspired by Tony personally for many years, not only with your costuming, but with your generosity of spirit, the style by which you present yourself as a beacon of kindness and gentlemanly behavior in our community, you have not only inspired me, but you continue to be a standard bearer for the best of steampunk. Thank you for gracing our stage today and participating in our duels. If any of you are wondering whether you should attend anything Tony is presenting, you should. If you're like, we love John Strangeway, you should also attend John's content. But Tony is a little cream puffable, so go to his panels, all right?
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
So thank you everyone for participating today. And a round of applause for every duelist who participated today. You're all brave warriors.
Yes, you are. And didn't we all win? Doesn't that really like everybody wins? We love compliment dueling. All right, see you tonight.